History speaks of a great warrior who learned to run the SKS at speed. He hailed from the ancient tribe called the Larpers and was known for his tenacity at the flat range. His people, formidable on the flat range, were feared for their capabilities at running the SKS at speed, and this warrior was the best of the warriors. Though they could not fight one enemy, time. The sands of time rolled over him and his people, and the great knowledge of how to run the SKS at speed was lost. Returned to the dust of the desert from which they fought. The sands of time ruling over the rules of the flat range. And since then, no man dare run the SKS at speed, dare even know how to run the SKS at speed, until a new tribe of Larper, a new era of the Larp man, descendants of the flat range warriors. We learned this skill. We learned it from the ancient ways.
Anointed!
Kind of shit. Breaking down your biomechanics of the SKS. All right, how does an operator in a non-permissive environment utilize the archaic platform such as the SKS? Breaking it down. All right, so your biomechanics and how they come into play. So what are you as a person? If you've ever ripped off a Grand Theft video, ripping off another video, while simultaneously ripping off that video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Guys, like and comment. Daddy Unlimited. My daddies are always unlimited and they're always big.
All right.
All right. All right.
All right.
Remember that one? That was a fun one. That was a good time. All right. All right.
All right.
Today's my camera guy. He's the fun one. Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, talking flannel shirt. This video was, of course, inspired by a Garantham, if you haven't got the reference yet. It's a long-lost video in the archives of the internet. And it is a hidden treasure, a treasure that may be stolen by Nicolas Cage.
I'm gonna steal it.
Welcome back to the channel. Going over the SKS, a video that has been done by many a gun guy. Every gun guy on YouTube, at one point or another, has either made an SKS video, has thought about an SKS video, or secretly loves the SKS. I enjoy the SKS. I think it's a very fun gun to shoot. You can't really hate all guns. They're a good time. More gun, more fun. Keep it simple. Now, why the SKS? Well, so I want to make a video because I have ideas that pop into my head, and I like to act on these ideas. You are a person inside of a brain. Your brain is a supercomputer. All right, let me paint a picture. You're a younger guy. You're working a job that doesn't pay you a lot of money. You don't have a lot of financial income. You don't have access to the highest end Gucci gear. This may be a lot of you. This may be some of you. This may be a few of you. I don't know who this video may apply to. You may find yourself in a rough financial spot. But one thing that is for sure in this country is your right to bear arms. The Second Amendment says it shall not be infringed. Politicians are trying their hardest for whatever reason at that. Well, we're just trying to have fun and LARP in the flat range. If they just leave us alone, we'll probably shoot all our ammo anyway. The SKS. How does this come into play? Well, like I said earlier, I had an idea that was inserted into my brain, maybe while I was sleeping. Maybe it was inserted by Leonardo DiCaprio himself. Hopefully, that's all he inserted, was just the idea. And that supercomputer is driving a skeleton mech suit. That skeleton mech suit is covered by an armor of meat flesh. It's always been a thing that the SKS is a cheap rifle for something to pick up. It's like one of those, so I was playing with this idea, if I was like a warlord type, if I was a richer guy, more well off, not necessarily like buku rich, because if I was buku rich, I'd have my own private, very well endowed army. But if I was like somewhere sitting like between 500,000 to $1 million in the bank, what I would do is I would go and I would buy probably like 10 to 20 SKSs with about maybe 100 to 500 rounds each of ammo for them. Now, in case of a apocalypse situation, what I would do is then arm and levy my neighbors into my militia, and I'd then have a nice little power vacuum. If we get drone striked or not, it may vary, but at least I attempted to touch the sun, so it'd be fun in that way. And of course, I'd have my more advanced vanguard troops where they have AKs and ARs and stuff and so forth. But for like the rear echelon kind of guys that I still need to arm and give them something viable to use, I would definitely give them an SKS. They'd be like the intermediate rear echelon. They'd be like maybe above my Mosin farmers, but below my AK assaulters, if that makes any sense. You know where I'm going with it, and you've also thought about this too. So we're on the same page, as I can clearly tell. Also, I know you're on the toilet watching this. I'll be on the toilet answering your comments.
This is Sparta!
Also, just comment. Your comments are fantastic. If you're new to the channel, I don't always rip off Grantham. I like to do Travis Haley too. Let's talk about the speed striptease now. So stick around, you'll see some more stuff. So the gun market right now is kind of bad in the sense that guns that used to be cheaper are now more expensive. It's the curve of the market. Hopefully it goes back down. I don't know if it will in the foreseeable future with Uncle Joe being in the office. Nonetheless, hopefully it doesn't stay this bad. But one thing that has been a constant is SKSs are usually at the bottom of the affordability range. That's the right way to say it. Yeah, they're usually cheaper. So typically I think you can find an SKS right now for about $400, okay? And we're about to break down some gun science. Not gun science, but gun pseudo science. All right, so let's do it. SKS for about $400. Why is this a good thing? Well, you get a tried and proven, very reliable gun for $400. Now, you may be on the other end of the spectrum saying, well, hey, talking NetGator, talking Flannel Daddy, talking, I don't know, retard, you may have the option of building or buying an AR-15 for around $400-ish. Now, the caveat is ammo for that's going to be really expensive and hard to find at the moment. If you can find it, it's going to be expensive. If you can't find it expensive, you're not going to find it. So all that working together utilizes your combat system. The SKS, on the other hand, is well built, it's reliable, it's been used in conflicts. I mean, the AR has too, but you know it's going to work. It's one of that Eastern Bloc weapon tech. It's ugly, it's also beautiful at the same time, and you can find ammo for it. And the ammo, while that has gone up, is not going to be astronomically high, such as 5.56. You kind of see where I'm getting at with that, so you can get an affordable gun and an affordable amount of ammo. The SKS is also one of those things you can bubbify and make it tactical if you really want to. I don't encourage the bubbifying of SKSs. I think that if you can leave it in the battle rifle look configuration, you'll probably be better off. You're not playing with forces outside of your control, if that makes any sense, right? So these are my 2 cents. One thing about the SKS is, wow, straight lines are strong, angles are weak, all right? So how do we incorporate this channel? Oh my God, this channel. Yugoslavian SKS, fold out bayonet, you got the grenade launcher adapter, you got the cutoff valve for the grenade launcher. Is it hot? We just shot. It's a little hot, so we're not gonna pull, well, we'll pull it out, we'll risk it. I never usually pull out, but for this grenade launcher, we will. So you got your grenade launcher, the gas cutoff valve, okay? So implementing this in a setting, I'm sure you load up your round you need to launch off that grenade, either your blank charge round or whatever, have that grenade on the end of the gun. So contact's initiated, you line that up with the grenade, lob that off, and then hopefully you got your SKS rounds ready to go. Put that grenade sight back down, resume normal gas valvage. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So now another advantage of running the SKS is its, of course, cost affordability. The integration with all its gear and everything like that. You of course can spend lots of money if you want to run an SKS with high-end gear. Those just typically don't go together. You can do it, you're allowed to, because it's America, you just simply don't see it. If you're balling on the budget and you're financially constrained but you want to exercise your Second Amendment rights, more power to you, and the SKS is a good way to go. Cheap gear, such as this Tricom SKS rig, is a good way to go for holding and storing SKS rounds. Hey, if you're watching from China, go ahead and Google Tiananmen Square, and I'll see you in the re-education camp. Things to note, this isn't necessarily going to be an in-depth SKS video, because there's been plenty in-depth SKS videos. More in-depth SKS videos than I care to count. So we decided to do more so of a concept SKS video and keep it pretty light-hearted. Gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video and my talks of being a warlord with my SKS militia, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment, leave a comment down below. I love seeing your comments. They bring me joy in my times of trial and need. If you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, I sell shirts on my website. There's a link in the comment section down below. Go check them out if you want to help out the channel in way, shape, or form. Patreon's also a big one. My Patreon supporters always see the videos first. I get the video out to them. They get to see it before anybody else. So that's one of the perks of being a Patreon, as well as we chit chat, laugh, and giggle like little schoolgirls. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and have a good one.